Hello everyone, and today I just kind of wanted to go over my art in the past few years, and I don't know, see how I like evolved and stuff. For example, this is my current profile picture. It's more of my old style. I used vectors for the lines and the coloring and all that. The back is used with like pencil brushes and paint brushes for the like digital brushes that I use. And I mean, I still kind of keep that, but the one thing I feel like I don't like about this, honestly, well, actually, it's a bit, because this is my old art style. I realize the shorts have yellow lines in this drawing. I feel like I've never decided whether or not I like yellow, white, or red. And it's like, I guess I'll draw either one, and I'll just forget. But, I mean, yeah, I think this is one of the best ways it depicts my new OC. Also, I think I messed up the hair here, and I drew a lot of shadows. But yeah, this is kind of actually my more old style. I don't really draw with like this much line art anymore. But I think that's a good way, or a good drawing to start off the video. But yeah, alright, next one. So this is a GIF. I believe I posted it on my community post, I forgot. And this is just kind of more representative of my new style. I think I made the hair too brown actually in this drawing. And the blacks are too gray, but I also guess it fits the image. Looking back, I like what I did with the buildings. This is also painted sky. You're going to see it a lot because I like drawing sunsets, and it's just really colorful. Honestly, I don't think this was too bad. I like the way everything's made and smudged. And yeah, this is just another good drawing, honestly. So I feel like in my chair right now. I mean, yeah, I used more neon colors to fit what I've been going for because I usually use neon colors. Like the red is a bit more pink, which is fair, and the yellow is a bit more green. I think overall though everything fits. I didn't think I could add more details to some parts, but other than that it's really good. I like the painting aspect of it. This one I drew on my Wacom tablet, or XP Pen tablet, that I got on like a digital art class last year. Can you see my... Oh, actually, you can't see my cursor. Alright. Alright, well, hold up. Alright, you can kind of see it. But, it changes cursors when I use my pen as a mouse, but, it's fine. This was my old OC. I feel like a lot of you guys would remember this one. And then this is my updated one. And I drew it on not my touchscreen tablet, which I usually draw on. I just decided to make it. It's pretty simple. It still has like line art and stuff. I drew this a few days ago, like 1 or 2. You can see like the lines here are red, and also here. But I mean, yeah, it's kind of a way to tell the difference of how I've updated. Like I was always debating whether or not to have a mask. In the end, I think I just settled on the mask design. Now I don't have to draw mouths. The eyes are still fun to draw. The hair actually looks like hair. I feel like, there's like this one way I could draw it to make it more accurate, but like, I mean, this works, I guess. It's so short and it works. Then you can see there's still a yellow belt. Fun fact, people called it a safety patrol belt, which I guess makes sense, and I can always see that. But it wasn't actually inspired by that. It was more inspired by like Ninja Turtles. And I find that weird to say, but it really was. Because like, I think it's more Leonardo or Donatello's, where they're like also have the diagonal from the 2012 cartoon, except I just colored it yellow because I like yellow. And also, there's the rule of coloring where like things should have 3 colors for like when making designs. I mean, Deku doesn't, but his like design's a lot different from others. I gave myself an unzipped vest, and the idea actually came from Roblox when I gave this version of my avatar, or not avatar, well, kind of, a hood, and I like that a lot more, but I took it one step further and added a vest. And a while back, the sleeves were still black. It was a vest over this. I decided to make the sleeves yellow because it added more yellow to the design, and the color balancing was a lot better. Now, the shoes were always kind of like this. Well, no, I always drew shoes like this for like a really long while. So I made this design like 2 years ago looking back, which is kind of crazy to think how much it's evolved so quickly. This also has gloves. The shoes were from my Minecraft skin. And like, they've always been on my Minecraft skin, but I never drew them like that. But I've started drawing it like this because I think it's just pretty simple design and I like them. And I think I just color the swords. Well, oh, sorry. I always color them more dark red because it distinguishes them from this neon red. Because I think neon red is weird. It's both just to make it a bit different, but also it's because I don't know why I made this dark red, but I guess it works as like a sheath. This is kind of like the 2012 Ninja Turtles cartoon because Leo has dark red sword hilts, but it also just matches better. It's not like it's going to be blue or anything. Maybe black, but I mean, I like the dark red. So, yeah. Here, this is when I started evolving, or like experimenting. This is the black suit. This was back when I still didn't have good proportions. I mean, I still don't have good anatomy. But I mean, I still like it. I did good with reflections. I did good with like the white reflections. It's like when I started experimenting a bit more. Because I think this entire thing is the same shade of black. And I just want to highlight it with different colors to represent shading. And, I mean, yeah, it's nothing too much, but, like, it's kind of just here to represent the start. I made it in, like, a random digital art class one time. But, I mean, yeah, this one was pretty fun to make. I think I kept, like, bothering myself on, like, what I could do, and kept adjusting it. But, like, I like how I started trying to make it more realistic, and I think it's how my art is getting here. Alright, this one was from last year. My proportions, or anatomy, still weren't great. This is from, like, my own Spider-Man design, like you can see. Alright, look. Actually, looking back, yeah, no, these proportions look like out of a Cartoon Network cartoon. Actually, I saved a bunch of different versions of these. Like, you can see, this is, like, the first one without the webbing, then there's the webbing, and then there's the color, and then there's the extra. But, yeah, you can tell because, like, the blue is this. The shading is still weird, and it makes it look like a Cartoon Network cartoon still. There's a segmented belt, and yeah, this is what I based my Halloween costume off of this year. I've been consistently evolving it. Alright, I guess there is the spikes. I think I removed them when I decided to go for like more ATSV Gwen. But yeah, I feel like I'm not explaining this well enough, but like, yeah. Also, you can see the gloves. I like it, like the triggers of the spiders. Alright, this was 2 years ago. And it started with this Miles image, and I'm pretty sure it ended with White 2099 when I decided to draw 10 suits. Technically 11 if you count Miles Morales. There's like 10 drawings in different suits I just wanted to try out. I think Classic, when I drew the Classic suit, it was like more of a refresher. Sorry, this actually keeps popping up if I move my cursor too up. This I think was the 5th one, the Spider Armor Mark II. I also wanted to add like my own design. We did Hellfire Gala. I think this one was the 2nd one actually. And then I did the Raimi suit. I don't personally like the Raimi suit all that much. And I gave it gray outlines because raised webbing tends to make the outlines more... It tends to kind of look like an outline. So that's why I gave it gray webbing. And I think it looks good. The soldiers are still round, but they always were, so... Yeah, so big time. Aaron Eichmann. I spent a while on this suit because the elements were so different. But it started with 10th anniversary and I really like the lighting. And how... This is when I started my second style. Instead of doing black lines, I was making it like darker versions of outlines of the colors that it was surrounding. And I really liked that style, and I still do. But I feel like the way I draw things now, I just like more. And it's a lot more fun and better for coloring. But yeah, this one I really liked the lighting and how it turned out. Also, the lenses are so good. But yeah, we got Spider-Ham based off like the 2017 Patrick Brown design. And then I just looked at the image of Miles Morales, I guess. We also got the end suit. Maybe that was the last one. It was either the end suit or the White 2099. But yeah, I still really like the Aaron Eichmann suit and the lenses that I made. And yeah. Next we have, what I started was a new 10. And this was when I was on my new software. Back then I was on Fire Alpaca, because when I was like in the Lego community, I wanted to make like Lego sketches. Or Lego outlines, kind of like how Ash and Flash does. So I used Fire Alpaca. And I mean, it wasn't a bad software. But then I moved on to Adobe Fresco because my school let me use Adobe. And I didn't even realize. And I was looking for like a good drawing software that I enjoyed using. And like this one popped up and it was actually really good. It reminded me of Procreate. And I didn't realize it was free. So if you want like, just ask and I'll rename it in my comments, and I'll pin it or something, I don't know. Because, in case you didn't get it, it's a free Adobe app, which is good, but it started off with, I think, the cane design, which I like, actually. It kind of looks like sportswear, like Nike, but I gave it a segmented type belt, I gave it red lining. I like the spider as reminiscent of the one in the comics. I gave it like a mask and a hood. I think it looks great, honestly. Hands, I just can't draw hands. Then I drew the Tasm too. The head is big, and I tried doing realistic shading with like blurring brushes, and that kind of started where my drawings would fall. Actually, I forgot to add 2 realistic drawings I made for digital art to try and make realistic stuff, but I mean, it's fine. It was just kind of where I started evolving, and I'll explain it more later. But yeah, this is the Tasm 2 suit. The lenses are actually pretty accurate. If I made the head smaller, it would be a lot better, I think. And also changed up the blue a bit. We got Miles ATSV. This Noir I procrastinated on. This one used the pencil tool, not the vectors. But I think it helped look static, which is why I used it, and I started using it more. The outlines are still vectors, but yeah. Miles, I used halftone brushes, and you can see the paneling. This one was a bit annoying, but eventually I got it down. Kinda, look like freaking splats. This is the Last Stand suit, the black variant, except I gave him black Air Forces and a hood, because I thought that would be kind of fun. I mean, I actually really like this design. I'd love to see more people use it, because the black Last Stand suit introduced in Spider-Man 2 as like a color variant from that one update. That was really cool. And also we got the Scarlet Spider. I based it off both the PS4 design, and I think I used an action figure, or my Scarlet Spider action figure to help me. But yeah, I really like the colors I used on it. The shading, I mean, I guess this makes sense. I don't know, I don't like it. I'm not good at shading. This is the 7th or maybe 8th one of the new 8, but this is when I started expanding my art style, because I sketched out the Superior, and I was like, what if I just tried coloring it? So I just used the pencil tool only, and as you can see, this is where I like started not using outlines. The coloring is still a bit rough. However, I like the brushes I used. Or the brush I used. I mean, I think overall, it looks nice, and I like the legs and stuff. Didn't turn out the best, but from where I was at, I think it was late school year, maybe like May or something, where I made this. But yeah, I like this. I like the way I drew the Superior suit. I kind of want to go back to it still. Superior suit is awesome. I love some of the poses people get it in with the claws, because it fits. Spider Armor Mark IV. This one I made during the summer, I'm pretty sure. And I was having trouble with the shine, and I kept moving it in and out and in and out. It was so annoying. Eventually I just ended up with this. The head, I feel like, looked better back then than it did now, because I really like shiny Spider-Man suits. And you can see, like, I tried. I don't like it, how it turned out. Also, I put the spider in the back. This drawing just didn't end up as good as I thought. I don't like it that much. But it's also another one of the, like, styles like this. Alright, now this was my wallpaper a while. I posted this because this is one of the better instances of my drawings. This light's a bit weird, but still. This is the Advanced Suit 2.0. You can tell by the segmented belt, the way that this arm part isn't segmented, the silver outlines, and the gauntlets and all that. And also the lenses. The lenses look more like the Advanced 2.0 than the 1.0. But yeah, I drew the lenses really, really nicely. And I was like, dang, I must be cooking. And then I drew the head, which is pretty good. And I struggled on the body for a long time. And eventually, I got the reds and the whites down. Maybe at least the reds. This part's kind of weird. And then I moved on to the blues, where I struggled and kept going in and off and in and off. And then eventually I just settled with this. And I'm like, sure, you know what? Fine. And the webs. I'm gonna work on drawing webs like McFarlane or something. Those are, like, webs are so cool, but I don't do, like, a good job at drawing them, or as good as I wanna, because webs are, like, have so much potential. Yeah, also, I left a dot right there. But yeah, this was based off the Howard mission. You can see all the birds. Like, the file name's Seabird, so yeah. And and here's kind of like a port, or which I kind of drew. Yeah. All right. This one was also this one was at the end of the summer, and this one I think was like mid-school year or like early this school year, so around September. I don't know. This one I drew two variants. This one was from like the last. I wanted to draw on like the last day of summer, but I don't like how this turned out much. I tried making the blue reflective of the sky, and then this. I was like, because I wanted to remake something like this. This is where my coloring got better, I must say, and this is where my art style was definitely evolving into this type of art style. I liked it. I wanted to draw with a backpack, without a backpack, and this is my original design again. You can see segmented belt, the web shooters, the spider. Because with it being a shiny, very bright blue, I expected the shading to look like the comics, but it's kind of hard with this type of tool I'm using. I was like, I don't think I'm doing that anymore. And this was also like the shading is kind of flat actually. It's like just dark reds, light reds, all that. I liked this drawing a lot though. I mean, I still like it, I guess, but it's just not the best. Alright, and then this one was just another kind of sketched out thing. And I think this is another part where my art was evolving, because I saw like I was studying like art on Reels for a while, and I still kind of am. I just get it like on IG Reels, and my friends also send me stuff, and it's like how to shade, and so some color hues have different are darker than others. Like blue is actually like red is darker than yellow, and they're both warm colors. So what you could do is like make yellow a lighter red instead of just making it like a less saturated red or like a darker red. Or like if you're drawing yellow and you want to darken it, it could be like orange here. I did that on like an AP art assignment, which I'm not going to show. And then, yeah, this blue, you can see how I didn't use black like I did in the last one. This one was kind of just like a random drawing that I wanted to make. But, yeah. This is those, you can still see the points. I didn't add those to my costume, so I stopped drawing those on my thing. Like you could see they're pointy and pointy here, but they're not pointy anymore. Oh, also, brand new day suit. I drew this one in the summer as well. Well, it's not the brand new day. This is the final swingsuit. But I was excited for brand new day, and I was thinking about it, so I just drew this. And at the time, I liked it, and I tried making shiny blue. But after, I don't like it that much. This drawing's eh. I mean, the coloring is getting better and better, as you can see. I did draw the brand new day suit eventually, I think, and that's also where my coloring started expanding. But yeah, like, this is how my art style is taking shape and stuff. I posted this one, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Alright, now this is the one I really, really like. I drew this a bit ago. You can see, this is like this is the drawing I was really focused on. Like, you can see a, like, pre-process kind of here, before all the lines were drawn on, or like the reflections there. But so webs, I kind of make them gray a bit where it's lighter. So the yellow is representing the light portions, the orange is like the mid, and then like there's dark red. And I spent a while on this, I guess, but I was like really focused on it. The background isn't as good as Spider-Man, but yeah, you can see there's no boot point here either. This was maybe September or October, or early October. It was before Halloween, I know that. I was like, yeah, I kind of wish I'd fixed the shoulders a bit, like this. I like them like, kind of the PSM Spectacular based, sensational suit. I don't know if y'all even know what I'm talking about. Well, like, yeah, also, I messed up the gloves here and I didn't realize, but you can't see them, which is why I just ignored it. The gloves are wrong. The insides of the hands are supposed to be blue. Only the fingers are red, or the back of the hands, which you can't see. You can kind of see those, and it annoys me. I'm gonna just say that. The blues are darker again, but they're not completely dark, and it's kind of representing the shininess. And the lens, yeah, I was so excited about this drawing, and it really turned out great. While the background could have made this like one of the best drawings like ever, I'm still happy. I really liked it. This was my wallpaper. Well, it was my wallpaper. It was like my lock screen. Yeah, you can hear my chair, sorry. But yeah, I love this drawing. And I think this is kind of where I'm at right now for if I really want to put a lot of effort and I'm locked in. Yeah. This one, I think, was from the summer. I think it was like after I played a Valorant game or something. I don't know. This is the first stage. This is the second stage. This is the final. I posted this on Insta, and I wanted to kind of make it look like manga and also a comic. It looks like a 3DS sketch. I feel like I've always made the comparison because the brushes are very pixely, and I know I use pixel brushes, but that's just because they're pixel based, not because they're meant to be pixely. But it looks like a 3DS sketch. But I like how it turned out. I think the hand is good, even though I don't do good with hands. I'm getting better. The way I colored it, honestly nice. I think this might actually be my favorite version of it though. The top right. And then the web is actually also really good, surprisingly. I know. I don't draw webs guys. Or I don't draw good webs usually, but I do now. That's arguable. Probably could have it. Well, no, that's just leading out. Still, I think overall this drawing was pretty fun and I liked it. It was just kind of quick, but it was good POV practice because I don't use perspective much. This one's just a random Gojo one I made with my friend. I was just like, what if I do this? And I used a tutorial. Yeah, I know, because I'm not good at drawing like anime characters and in general. But I mean, yeah, I just randomly decided to draw Gojo with like a bunch of colors and see how it turned out. It was This is David Martinez. I drew the eyes really sillily. I don't know why I did. I just felt like it. I don't even know why I decided to draw him. I just felt like it one day in the summer, I guess. Lego Batman. This is when the Lego Batman game was announced and I wanted to draw the Brave and the Bold suit. I like this version more than this because I tried drawing it once but I didn't finish it and I redrew it and I colored it and I didn't like the way I colored it. I tried using like the same technology that people did where they'd use like 2 different tones or 2 different dots of things to make the colors look mixed in. I use that same thing here to make this look gray, but I mean, I like this one more. I definitely do. I like the black I added here though to the blue. I think that's kind of nice. But I mean, yeah, I'm really excited for the Lego Batman game. And I don't know why I just wanted to draw the suit. I think it would be pretty easy to draw and it looked fun. All right. This is another one I really wanted to go in depth to. This is 2024. My art style with this, as I explained from the 10 suits, this is kind of where it was at. And the backgrounds, I always like using pencil, honestly. I think that was nice. And I made Peter in 2 different things because I couldn't choose. I couldn't choose between these 2. But I decided on this one because it made more sense, I guess. I gave him an ESU varsity jacket. I gave him some earmuffs. I gave him a candy cane scarf. I also gave Miles a candy cane scarf. And I gave him some red and blue boots and some mittens. I guess I just didn't feel like drawing fingers. But yeah. Does it have a hood? I think it has a hood. No, it doesn't. Probably drew it with a hood at some point, actually. And then there's Miles, which I drew on paper. And this is one I just added to like my mouth binder, I'm gonna be honest. He has red and white earmuffs. He has a beanie. It's red and black. You can see his mask. I like how I drew the lens. It's pretty big. He has a candy cane scarf as well. He has red sleeves and a yellow. Well, he has a yellow hoodie. Oh, sorry, that's a split. I'm just gonna get into them like a bit. He has like are these cargo pants? They're kind of. I imagine them as cargo pants or sweatpants. And then you have Spider-Verse Jordans. I just wanted to give him some. Yeah, you can see his suit under here. It's more gray. I mean, it's like the Miles Morales game. I was drawing his suit like with pencil actually for a while. You can see the yellow hoodie under the vest. That's silver. The hoodie's yellow, but the hood is red, and the sleeves are red. Kind of like how for my OC, my sleeves are yellow and my shirt is red. And then here's how I evolved it today because I wanted to draw it more in my style. This is perspective practice. Yes, this Jordan has been traced a slight bit. Ignore that. This one I drew on my own. But yeah, this is Spider-Verse Jordans again, kinda. Actually, did I draw a different design? No. And you can see that they kind of look like cargos again here. I tried making them look more like sweats, but yeah. You can see him holding his phone, even though I wanted to have him draw coffee again. Oh crap, I didn't go over this. This was when I decided to merge these two into a holiday thing, which I made my wallpaper for a really long while. But yeah, here's a time you can see Spider-Man 2. And then there's Miles with his Jordans. I forget if I actually drew the same ones. I don't think I did. Yeah. But yeah, these are still vector layers and stuff. This is my old art style. And then, yeah, this is my new one with all the pencils. And this is this year. This one I didn't like, so I drew this one. And then this is how I wanted it to kind of end up. So I drew this one. It's still not like mostly how I wanted to end up, but I feel like things never end up how it is in your head. It's like how AI art works. It never turns out exactly how you want it. It's like more how you imagine things. Like that's why all the details are wrong. But yeah, I just wanted to add like something in the street, so I added an Evergreen truck here. I gave it NYC sticker here. I imagined this to be like a Deli Teo's Bodega, or like the one from like that one Lego set. I like how this city kind of has a bit of life to it with all the snow, the colors, and this tree, the lights here, and all the color on Miles. You can see it's the same design. However, I did give him headphones instead for these two because I felt like it made more sense. This was the first one I made, but I didn't like it, like I explained. This one was in a mall, and it was just like random quips. I was gonna have him draw the fight this Sinister Six, but like I didn't like my Rhino design, and I didn't want to redraw this one either, so I just like kind of moved on to like these two, which I really like. Especially this one. I like this one a lot. This one's probably my wallpaper though, yeah. I feel like this could use more blue. Still, I like it. I like both of these. Alright, now here's Halloween. This is when I made my costume. This one isn't mine. My friend made that. It was really peak, and I made it my Discord profile picture. I asked them first. You can see my friend holding me up here. It was Sanji. You can kind of see his wig. But, yeah. I just decided to like perch on a pole, but like it was really hard, or harder than I thought, especially with gloves. And I was wearing shorts and a hoodie, a Spider-Man backpack, which you kind of can't see. You can't see that's a Spider-Man backpack. That's my face shell. I used the ATSV Gwen lenses. I was originally going to use Sensational D on, like, you can look up the SE file, but I decided to go for these because it fit like the vibe I wanted more of, like bigger, because it was like a last minute change, but I really like them. This was my first like costume and face shell, and the blue is shiny like how I wanted. I've had these fabrics for a year, and I finally made my suit, but my suit was falling apart as I was doing it. You can see like the Arrow type Ultimate Alliance 3 gloves. You can see my wristbands for like web shooters. You can see my headphones, my logo, which I redid, and I liked it a lot more. I had alt lenses where I could like squint, but I didn't have them on, so I just drew them. And this is the one I made. And then they wanted to make another one, so I got this one made, and it's peak. I can't get over it. It's actually so good. I wish I could draw that good. But freaking, yeah, I gave outlines of like red and blue and black. I thought that was pretty cool. And there's the spider sense and the squinted lens, and it's like folded over in a triangle. I like drawing squinted lenses in like a triangle, but you can also have smaller. It just depends on how I'm feeling. Like, scroll up a lot. Yeah, like this one is just small, but I think that's also fun. I think it's really fun to draw expressive lenses. Oh, and these. You saw one like flash of frame. I'll get that in a second. But yeah, and then here's Deku. I just watched MHA this year and I love it. It's really great. I ordered an action figure and it's coming in like a week at the time of recording this. There are a few other drawings, but I don't like them as much because this one kind of makes more sense. This is vectors. The coloring is still pencil, and it's kind of like rough sketches. Like this one's Vigilante, but it's like One for All based. And then this one I tried making look like manga, but it didn't really work out that well. It's the Zeta suit. Yeah, and I drew Black Whip. I just realized he doesn't have an eye here. Weird. Alright, and then we got Lego Batman again, because I really like Lego Batman. And I also drew Lego Superman based off the Fortnite model. And this one was based off the Legacy of the Dark Knight model, because you can see the yellow here. They're making a figure of that soon, so I might pick up the set, or if they make it like a cheap one. I really like that figure, yeah. Bruce, it's been 5 years and you still owe me, yeah. And that was also another drawing or sketch I made of it. This one, or actually, yeah, but you can see how my art style is taking over. This one has outlines, actually. This one's just kind of different, but you know why that's different. That one's also different because I made it look more like manga. This was a sketch. I think some of these just makes more sense to have with outlines. This is Banana's video. He asked me to make this one after I made him this one because I wanted to make it for him. Yeah, I think this is, I don't know if this is still this current PFP. And there's also Ian, and there's Banana, and I just felt like drawing them. And then you got Bexel, you got Knight, whose other name I'm not going to say, because I don't want to risk sounding sus. And then you got Space, who was supposed to be invisible, so I made him partially visible, as you can see. He has a mace, and it's radiating with aura. I can't believe I said that. Dang, I'm yapping a lot, but I mean, that's what you expect from me. Yeah, this one, I didn't draw black enough, because, like, the thing is, there's brush flow, and you have to, like, draw it in a bunch, and I just don't want to sometimes, and then it looks kind of like that. But I mean, it's fine. It was just kind of like a little scribble. This one didn't take, these two didn't take too long. This one took a bit, but, I mean, eventually I got it down to what I wanted. This one, I wish I could draw this one better. It was, like, I had an idea, but I didn't like it as much when it turned out like that. And, yeah, like, you can see Banana's dinosaur. Is that it? I feel like that's it. I feel like I have more to say. But, I mean, yeah, it's like just a random raw 30-minute video. And I'll probably add, like, Yokai Watch, Tomodachi Life music for the nostalgia. But, I mean, yeah. Also, here, we can end it off with the GIF. Yeah, that's just, like, random art that I've been going over for the past few years. And it's just, like, kind of a collage that I put together on Google Slides. You can see, because there's an X here. There's, like, a freaking... You can see it. It's Google Slides. But, yeah. Anyway, see you guys.